वक्रतुण्ड महाकाय सूर्यकोटि समप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव सर्वकार्येषु सर्वदा. Shri Gurubhyo Namaha, Shri Matre Namaha. Namaste everyone. In today's session we are going to review the Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha. In the previous session, we worshipped the Namas Sumeru Madhya Shringastha and Sriman Nagaram Naika. Sumeru Parvatam is the golden Sumeru, is the Adhara Sthanam for the entire Jagat. At the top of the Sumeru Shringam is Sriman Nagaram. So we saw these two namas being placed right next to each other. Sri Chakram is also called as Meru Prastara, the three-dimensional form of Sri Chakram. Ambaal is in this Bindusthanam. There are three peaks surrounding it, and in the center is this tall peak. So if you see Sri Chakra, there are three edges of the triangle which has three sides, and on the center is the top Bindusthanam, which is the Sumeru Madhyasthanam. In that Shringam, Ambal resides as Sumeru Madhya Shringastha. At the top of the Sumeru Madhya Shringam is Sriman Nagaram. Acharya Durvasar darshans Sriman Nagaram at the top of Sumeru's Madhya Shringam and bestowed as the Varnana of Sriman Nagaram. Sriman Nagaram has 25 enclosures. So the sadhaka has to cross each of these 25 Avaranas and to have Ambal's darshan. The 25 enclosures are made out of 8 precious metals, 11 precious gemstones, and 6 other Atita Tattvas. And after crossing those 25 Avaranas, the sadhaka reaches Chintamani Gruham. That is this Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha. Let's do a quick recap of those 25 enclosures or Avaranams of Sriman Nagaram. Ayaprakaram, that's made out of iron. Kamsya Prakaram made out of bronze, Tamra Prakaram made out of copper, Sisha Prakaram made out of lead, Arakuta Prakaram made out of brass, Panchaloka Prakaram made out of 5 metals, Rajata Prakaram made out of silver, and Swarna Prakaram made out of gold. These are the 8 precious metal enclosures. When we were worshipping this, we also worshipped the Kala Tattvam made out of 6 seasons in that year. And we also worshipped all the type of Kalapaka Vrukshams within these 8 metal enclosures. Then we worship the 11 Avaranas made out of precious gemstones. Pushparaga Salam made out of Pushparaga gemstone, Padmaraga Salam, Gomedakam, Vajram made out of diamonds, Vaidurium, Indraneelam, which is the blue stone, Neelakal, Mukta Salam made out of pearls. Imagine an enclosure, a wall made entirely out of pearls. Mukta Salam, Maragada Salam, Maragada gemstone, emerald gemstone, Vidruma Salam made out of coral, Navaratna Salam made out of 9 different ratnas, and Vasinyadi Vak Devatas could not contain describing the various things. They said Nana Ratnam, indescribable precious gemstones, and those were the 11 precious gemstones. So out of the 25 Avaranas, 8 precious metals and 11 precious gemstones. So there were 19 enclosures. There were 6 remaining, and 6 remaining are very, very special tattvas that were described in Arya Dushati. Out of the 6, Manas, Buddhi, and Ahankara, one has to cross all of those, surrender to Ambika, all of the Antakaranams to Shilaltambika. So we cross all of these, and then when we cross those, we encounter 2 enclosures that have very great brilliance, Surya Salam and Chandra Salam, the early pleasant morning brilliance of Lord Surya and the pleasant coolness of Lord Chandra. Then we will reach the 25th Avaranam, which is Shringara Salam of Manmata. Now that we have crossed the 25 Avaranas, we have reached Chintamani Gruham. That is this Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha. Gruham, Gruhantastha, Gruham. Gruham means a place of residence. Gruham means home. See, usually our homes are built with bricks, stones, and mud. But this is no ordinary home. This is Ambal's Gruham. It's called Chintamani Gruham. One Chintamani gemstone can fulfill all of our wishes. Imagine the entire home studded, made with Chintamanis. Such is the home where Sri Lalitambika resides. So let's review the components in this Nama. Chintamani Gruhantastha. Chintamani is the wish fulfilling divine gemstone. Gruham means home. Antastha, anta means inside. Stha means to reside. Sthanam, stha. So Ambaal resides inside this very special home entirely made out of Chintamani precious gemstones. So Ambaal is worshipped as Chintamani Gruhantastha. In Arya Dushati, Acharya Durvasar worships Ambaal as Shringara Varana Varyas Yotarataha Sakala Vibhuta Samsevyam Chintamani Ganarachitam Chintam Duri Karotume Sadanam. Um, uh, Sakala Vibhuta Samsevyam. Sakala means everybody. The place, Chintamani Gruham, is the place where everybody comes. Who are those everybody? Not just ordinary citizens. Crores and crores of Devatas. Sakala Vibhuta Samsevyam. They come to give their um, prayers, worship Sri Lalitambika in this Chintamani Gruham. So Acharya Durvasar says, Sakala Vibhuta Samsevyam, crores of devatas from all over come to worship Ambaal in this very special Chintamani Gruham. How is this Gruham? Chintamani Ganarachitam. The entire Gruham itself is made out of Chintamani, it seems. See, generally, if someone resides in a very big palace, that only benefits them. They only enjoy the benefits of that big palace. Others like us who are there outside, we can only see that palace. Other than that, we don't get any benefit from Laukika palaces or Laukika Griham. But this is no ordinary palace. This is Ambal's Chintamani Griham. What can this do for us? Acharya Durvasa says, Chintam Duri Karot Me Satanam. It means this Chintamani Gruham will remove all of our worries. If we see somebody else's palace, it is not going to do anything for us. Whereas just thinking about this Chintamani Gruham will remove all of our worries. Acharya Durvasa states the Upasana Palan, that meditating on this Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha itself will remove all of our worries, and because it is made entirely out of Chintamani, it will fulfill all of our desires. That's the power of this Nama, the Upasana Palan of this Nama. Chintam Duri Karotme Satanam. Chintamani. See, as soon as we hear about money, money means a precious gemstone, we immediately want to run to a jewelry store to buy a gemstone. If an external gemstone itself can give that much power, think about an internal gemstone referred to here. Money, Chintamani, here refers to Chinta plus money. Chinta is our Chintana. Chinta means our thoughts. We are made up of our thoughts. In fact, Acharya Mukar refers to the Chinta, Chintana aspect of Chintamani in Arya Shatakam Slokam 3. Chintita pala pariposhana Chintamani reva kanchi nilayame chiratara sucharita sulabha chittam sisirayatu chit shukadara. Chintita pala pariposhana Chintamanireva Kanchi Nilayame. Acharya Mukar worships Ambaal as bestowing Chintita Palam. Chintita Palam means that which we think. Chintita Palam Pariposhana. Ambaal Kamakshi is the one that gives Chintita Palam. So Chintamani is not another gemstone that we buy externally, but our Chintita Palam, our thoughts. She Kamakshi bestows what we think in our mind. So Chintita Palam. Palam means fruit. Whatever we think in our mind, Ambal Kamakshi bestows that to us. Acharya Mukar very specially says here, don't run to the jewelry shop to buy any gemstones. That's not the Chintamani. She Kamakshi Devi herself is Chintamani. Chintamanir Eva, the very beautiful padam here. Eva means only. Eva Chintamani means goddess is the only Chintamani. So pray to goddess instead of running to a jewelry store is the meaning conveyed here by Acharya Mukar in Muka Panchashati. Chintamani Gruham. Our Chintana is our Gruham. The same idea is conveyed by Acharya Durvasar in Arya Dushati also. Parito Devi Damnaha Parinatavasa Manuswarupinyah Kurvantu Rashmimala Kritayah Kushalani Devata Nikilaha Devi Damno Paritaha around the Chintamani Gruham where goddess lives, where Devi resides. Parinata Vasa means it is very fragrant, it seems. Wherever goddess is there, it's very fragrant, it seems. Fragrant is not from a external fragrance. The Deviga gunas in our Hridayam, Chintanam. Chintamani is Chinta plus Guna, Chinta plus Mani. Chinta is our thought, Chintana. So the Deviga gunas in our Hridayam is that Chintamani Gruham, where Ambaal resides, where there is bhakti, where there is satyam, where there is tyagam, where there are those deviga gunas, that is where the fragrance comes from. Parinata Vasa around Chintamani Gruham. Devi Damno Paritaha. Parina there is a vasam, it seems, very fragrant. Fragrance comes from all of these Deviga gunas, and Devi is seated there in our Hridayam. That is why they say, Nallar oruvar ularel, our பொருட்டு எல்லோர்க்கும் பெய்யும் மழை. That means, if there is oruvar, if there is one good soul in this universe with good thought, with good chintana, Chintamani, good chintana, one good soul in this universe, if there is one good soul, for the sake of that one good soul, it will rain goodness to all. That's the fragrance that is spoken here. The one, like our acharyas, they, because of them, because of their existence, because of their Daiviga gunas, it rained goodness to all. It always still rains goodness to all of us. That's the fragrance here. That is the Chintamani Gruham. Our Chintana is her Gruham. Wherever there is goodness, good Chintana, Ambal resides there as the Chintana Shakti. Manuswarupinyai Namaha. Manuswarupam means the Chintana Shakti. Manomaya Chintana Devatas are all surrounding Ambal in this Chintamani Gruham. Here, Acharya Durvasar says, Kusalani kurvantu. Kusalani kurvantu. Let all the Kanti from Kusalani kurvantu, Rashmimala Kritaya. Rashmimala is the Rashmi is the Kanti. Let the Kanti from all the Chintana Shakti Devatas, all of our thoughts, we are made up of our thoughts. That is who we are, right? That's the Chintamani. The Rashmi, let the Kanti from all the Chintana Shakti Devatas bestow all the goodness, is the Ashirvada Vachanam that Acharya Durvasar bestows us. So, Chintamani is really our Chintana, our thoughts. We are made up of what we think. Ambal's Gruham is in our good thoughts. Chintamani Gruhantastha Nama will make our ordinary manas into the most precious Chintamani Ratnam. Now, in Arya Dushati, Acharya astonishingly gives a varnana of this Chintamani Gruham. Arya Dushati Sloka 123 states, Yojana Yugala Abhoga Krosha Parinahayaiva Pittascha Chintamani Gruhabhumir Jiyat Amnaya Maya Chaturdvara Yojana Yugala Abhoga. This Chintamani Gruham is 2 yojanas in area. A yojana, if you can think of 8 to 10 kilometers. 2 yojanas is 16 to 20 kilometers. That is how wide yojana yugala abhoga, that Chintamani Gruham, Acharya says, Jiyat Chintamani Gruha Bhumir. We have reached this very precious, most auspicious, most sacred Chintamani Gruham where Ambal resides. Gruha Antastha. Inside this Chintamani Gruham is where Ambal is residing. So, Acharya here says, Jiyat Chintamani Gruha Bhumir. Let that Bhumi of Chintamani Gruham be Jiyat Jayam, victorious. Another Ashirvada Vachanam, Acharya Durvasar bestows on all of us. How is this Chintamani Gruham? Acharya Durvasar says, Amnayamaya Chaturdvaraha. Chaturdvaram. Chatur means 4. Dvaram means entrance. There are 4 entrances. What are those 4 entrances? eastern side entrance, western side entrance, northern side entrance, and southern side entrance. So the Chintamani Gruham has four entrances from four sides. They are not just another entrance, they are Amnayamaya Chaturdwara. Amnaya means Vedam, hence Amnayamaya Chaturdwara means the auspicious Chintamani Gruham has four entrances that each one of them is made out of each Vedam. So the four sides are the four Vedas. So Amnayamaya Chaturdwara means Chintamani Gruham has four Vedas, and only through the entrance of Vedas we can enter Chintamani Gruham, says this shloka. Dware, Dware. So after we go inside each Dwaram, what happens? Dware, Dware, Pindi Bhuta Navina Bimbaha, Vidatatu Vipulam Kirtim, Divya Lauhitya Siddhayo Devyaha. In each of those Dware, 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 Damnaha, in each of those entrances, when we try to enter, east, west, north, and south, Pindi Bhuta Navina Bimbaha. There are many Shakti Devatas that are like Bimbam. Think of it, if you are entering the temple, Meenakshi temple, if you see the Gopura, there in the Gopuram, there are Pindi Bhuta Navina Bimbaha. There are thousands and thousands of Shaktis that are there as bimbam. They are like statues in the temple Gopura. So imagine that we are going inside the Chintamani Gruham, the temple, to darshan goddess Meenakshi. In the entrance, Damne Damne Dwaraha, Dware Dware Damnaha. In each of those entrances, there are Pindi Bhuta Navina Bimbaha. Very, very many, very powerful Shakti Devatas are there in the entrances. And how are they? Divya Lauhitya Siddhyo Devyaha. Divya Lauhityam. Lohityam means red color. They are not ordinary dolls there. They are Lauhitya Shakti Devatas. So, Lauhityam, for example, sun's Shakti is manifested as red color in the morning time frame. See, until morning comes, everything is pitch dark. So the Shakti Devatas are there, residing there, manifesting all of the, like all the Shaktis are inside Sri Lalitambika, and Lalitambika says, let the morning manifest to that Lauhitya Shakti. So immediately what sun does with that red color, that orange reddish color, it rises in the morning, and then the day manifests, right? Until then, the Shakti resides in Devi, waiting to manifest. And as soon as Lalitambika says, let the day manifest, the Lauhitya Shakti comes out. Like this, there are thousands and crores of Pindi Bhuta Bimbaha, the Devata Shaktis, are all with their superpower. They are just waiting for Sri Lalitambika's command there in the entrance of Chintamani Gruham. All the Lauhityas and Shaktis in this universe reside in this Brahmam, which is residing in this Chintamani Gruham. So if we can think of that, if all of the Shaktis are residing here, then Chintamani Gruham is like the command center from which all the activities happen. That's how powerful this Chintamani Gruham is, in which all the Lauhitya Shakti Devatas are in each of those four entrances. In the four entrances are the Vedas themselves. So Ambaal is residing in this Chintamani Gruham. Now, if Chintamani Gruham is the command center, we must first get the blessings of all the Lauhitya Shaktis. They are the Dwaraka Devatas, right? So, the Chatur Dwaras, there are thousands and crores of Devatas here. So, Acharya Durvasar prays, Vipulam Kirtim Vidatatu. Let the Devatas in the entrance of Chintamani Gruham bestow Vipulam, excellence, Kirti, fame to all of us. So, Acharya is again giving us another Ashirvada Vachanam. So, we are in the Chintamani Gruham. Chintamani Gruham, how is it? Uh, it Bhashyam says, Chintamani Gruham is the Nirmana Sthanam of all fulfilling mantras. See, mantras has the power to bestow whatever we need. Hence, mantras are called as Chintamani, it seems. See, mantras bestows our Chintita Arthas. For example, if we want to chant Rama, 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 it is believed to give the entire benefits of reciting Vishnu Sahasranama, the entire Vishnu Sahasranama. Chanting Ramanama gives the benefit of chanting entire Vishnu Sahasranama. That's the power of Rama mantra. Shri Rama Rama Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattulyam Ramanama Varanane. Sahasranamas, entire 1,000 namas of Vishnu's reciting power resides in this one nama, Rama. So, Ramanama as a mantra has a power to bestow the palan of reciting entire Vishnu Sahasranama. So, like that, the Nirmana Sthanam of each and every mantra is the Chintamani. If you say Rama mantra, the Chintamani Gruhantastha, this nama will tell you what is the palan of it. If you say Narayana mantra, this Chintamani will tell you what is the power of that. Like that, the palan, the fruit is given by this Chintamani Gruham. Chintamani Gruham bestows the palan of reciting each and every mantra. So all the mantras come from Chintamani Gruham. Ambaal is residing in that Gruham as Chintamani Gruhantastha. All the mantras palan are hence bestowed by Sri Lalitambika. Ambaal is seated as the bestower of palan of all these mantras. Hence, Ambaal is Chintamani Gruha Antastha. She is residing inside each of those mantras, giving the mantras palan. That's the power of this nama. And in Saundarya Lahari, above all, Acharya worships Ambaal as Chintamani Gunanika. In Sloka 3 in Saundarya Lahari, Acharya uses the very special padam Chintamani Gunanika. Gunam of Chintamani is to bestow whatever we seek, right? Chintamani, Kalapaka Vruksham, they are all Kamadhenu. All these three things which are in Devaloka, the gunam of those is to bestow whatever the seeker wants, whatever the sadhaka wants. Acharya here says Ambal's gunam is to bestow all that we want. So the real Chintamani here is Ambal. Chintamani Gunanika. Ambal's gunam is like that of the Chintamani because Ambal is the wish fulfiller. So Acharya worships Ambal herself as the Chintamani. Hence Chintamani Gunanika. See, we have so many um, wishes. We say, I want a good work, I want a good family, I want good children, I want to have this comfort to go and travel to some place, I want to buy a car, I want good health. So many wishes. Every sadhaka has different wishes, right? The Chintamani bestows all those wishes. So here Acharya very beautifully in Saundarya Lahari says Chintamani Gunanika. Ambaal herself is the fulfiller of all of these wishes. Ambaal bestows Laukika Ichas, whatever we have as Ichas, all in the Laukikam, in our day to day life, whatever Ichas we have, Ambaal bestows that. Whatever sankalpam we make, whatever desires we have, Ambaal bestows that, as well as the greatest blessings to remove avidya from our chintana. So Ambaal can bestow Laukika Sankalpam as well as the greatest blessings of having herself as Chintamani. So just thinking about this Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha itself will fulfill all of our desires. That is the Upasana Palan, and it will give Ambaal herself. That is the Upasana Palan that is described here in Saundarya Lahari in this Nama Chintamani Gruhantastha. As next steps with Acharya's blessings, let's review the next Nama in Sri Lalita Sahasranama. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Thank you so much, everyone.